good shot. Oh! Difference with du Plessis is he was signed to another organization. Oh!
Just kind of poking at him with that jab.
When someone fights at the highest level of competition and has a resume with 20 victories, 19 of which are won by brutal stoppages, that's the same kind of warning as the one they put on packages of cigarettes. Smoking can kill you.
Minute 3 seconds remaining.
This could be one of the biggest upsets
For du Plessis.
Dricus du Plessis is the new elite force in the UFC's middleweight division.
With du Plessis, he was signed to another organization. Oh!
Scoring cemetery knockouts that leave the opponents knocked out dead.
Oh, big right hand gets through for du Plessis.
And tight submissions that only give them the options to tap, nap, or snap.
For du Plessis.
There's the tap.
Du Plessis was born and raised in Pretoria, South Africa. He was initially introduced to martial arts through judo at the age of 5, but throwing and slamming kids to the ground was not satisfying his appetite enough, so he switched to kickboxing at 14. Despite the early success,
This is going to work very well. We've not seen any.
Could be it, and he topples it.
of fighting someone like
and becoming a WAKO world champion in K1 style kickboxing. The South African realized that this sport would not pay his bills, making him migrate his focus to mixed martial arts. Dricus attended the University of Pretoria to study agricultural economics, but eventually became a college dropout to pursue his MMA career. With this move, he could entirely focus on this sport and develop himself into the killer he later became. In 2013, Dricus du Plessis made his MMA debut in the local EFC Africa organization. The South African ran through his first 4 opponents like a tank over a car.
Can he stop it? He can't.
Dricus has got a hold of his neck though.
Scoring 2 submissions,
Seconds remaining. He gets the victory. It's a bad spot for Daniel to be in.
this could be one of the biggest upsets.
and 2 knockout victories, indicating he is not here to play around. However, in his 5th professional bout, du Plessis was matched against Gareth McClellan, a karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and future UFC veteran. By receiving his first professional loss,
Here's McClellan. It looks like Dricus is out.
Dricus learned that there are levels to this game, and to succeed in this sport, he must constantly grow and develop as a fighter. Like a Cheyenne warrior, he returned better than ever, finishing his next 3 opponents via rear naked choke.
3 seconds remaining. He gets the victory.
This could be one of the biggest
And he
upsets.
gets it. For all his worth.
He's a
And he gets it.
In a span of a year before he was matched against Martin van Staden, a knockout artist not fond of leaving it to the judges' hands.
And starting in the big shot. He backs out. Gets with the kick. Oh! Jeremy Smith is knocked out.
After receiving heavy ground and pound shots in the 3rd,
match between these two. And then, can he stop it? He can't stop.
Van Staden tried to escape that position,
Oh, he rolls over. That's tough.
falling right into Dricus' trap.
He's got the doors locked up. It seems like he does. But
As his world was going dark due to the deep guillotine and it seemed that Martin would probably go to sleep, he remembered it was not bedtime yet and tapped,
and just to flip him over, which he's trying to do now.
allowing du Plessis to claim his first EFC welterweight title.
Minute 3 seconds remaining. He gets the victory.
Considering that he achieved his goal in welterweight, du Plessis decided to move to middleweight and make this division his new home. By winning his next 2 fights in this division, the South African earned his spot at the EFC middleweight title shot against the English powerhouse Yannick Bahati, a fighter whose knockout power even exceeds his intimidating look.
Now Bahati, big takedown. There it is.
Oh, that's nasty.
After exchanging some shots on the feet,
It's Yannick Bahati.
Yeah, Dricus head hunting earlier.
Yannick got this brilliant idea to shoot for a single leg takedown against a guy whose squeeze is as powerful as a boa constrictor suffocating its prey.
Shots and Bahati's looking for the takedown. Du Plessis got a hold of his neck.
Oh, my goodness, here we go.
Dricus sunk his guillotine choke deep, and after adjusting it properly from a dominant position, the English fighter had the option to tap or nap.
For all his worth.
He's a
And he gets it.
Dricus did it.
Dricus du Plessis was now the EFC Middleweight champion,
You're sitting on top of the hexagon,
which would turn out to be an overture to his next big career move. His talent was noticed abroad by the Polish KSW organization, which made him an offer he couldn't refuse. On April 14, 2018, they granted Dricus an immediate title shot against their own champion, Roberto Soldic, a former boxer and a knockout machine with 5 belts and 5 different European MMA promotions on his resume. After receiving some bombs,
fighters and no lack of power.
the South African stayed composed by displaying good defensive skills,
Just needs to keep cool.
before utilizing his superior grappling to neutralize Roberto's power on the feet.
He's rocked him. Down goes.
Du Plessis ended the first round in a dominant position, but learned the danger of keeping the fight standing against an elite boxer like Soldic. As the second round went on, when everybody thought Dricus would use his grappling credentials to his advantage, the South African landed a picture-perfect left hook
Soldic again, looking for that left. Oh, he got rocked.
that dropped the champion instantly. After delivering a few super necessary bombs,
Goes the champion with a big shot that came from
the referee was forced to wave the fight off.
that came from nowhere. Du Plessis in there. It's all over.
The vicious left hook that would make even Alex Pereira proud earned Du Plessis his most significant career title as he became the KSW welterweight champion of the world. The two were eventually scheduled for a rematch during the same calendar year, and the Croatian was determined to prove that his last performance should not define him as a fighter. Instead of utilizing his grappling early on, where Dricus would have clearly had the advantage, he decided to stand and bang with the boxer.
Has to keep cruise control, but left, the man has a chin like granite, but he takes punishment.
After 2 rounds of back-and-forth action,
Soldic got the advantage and worked it.
Soldic gained momentum in the third,
That big left hand. Oh, and that was a left hook that finished it.
ultimately leading to Dricus' second career loss.
And Dricus du Plessis, well, after such a game outing last.
The 24-year-old South African learned from his mistakes and fixed his flaws to become an elite competitor at the top of the MMA food chain. He developed a balanced style of mixing his striking with wrestling,
straight right now, shoots for the takedown as Dricus.
We saw that in the Martin McStodden.
which will turn out to be a tricky puzzle to solve, even for the UFC royals, about whom we will talk later.
For that takedown as Dricus came in.
As the first stepping stone on his road to redemption, Stillknox faced Joaquin Santos, a very dangerous finisher with over 30 bouts on his resume up to that point.
Calf kicks, but I think Trisberg's on wobbly legs. He's gone.
Oh, prawie.
This time, Dricus' grappling played a significant role in this fight,
Really powered forward, slipped his leg in.
as he glued himself to Joaquin's body and battered his head till the referee told him not to.
Here now, Du Plessis piling in the pressure. That's it, it's all over.
Du Plessis quickly returned to Africa next, just to remind everyone who is the king of the savannah, as he defended and unified the EFC Middleweight Championship against Brendan Lesser.
There's a lot left. Because it's done.
Being 14-2 at that time and finishing every opponent he squared off against was enough to make Dricus' name appear on the UFC's radar. While the world was battling the pandemic in 2020, the South African signed with the UFC to explore uncharted waters and show everyone that he is an elite competitor who can compete against the best. Du Plessis made his UFC debut happy and proud to represent South Africa.
When it comes to anything where South Africa is represented, it's something that I take very seriously. It's something that I wear on my shoulder. My people, the heritage, my family, and the values that was installed. It's something that I'm extremely proud of.
The road to success for Dricus was anything but easy. For the first fight, he was matched against Marcus Perez, a Muay Thai specialist and a former LFA champion.
Tell you what, this guy's got good tech.
Could have been awkward start-stop there. Big right hand shots on the inside.
As exciting as always,
Nice right hand there from Duke.
the South African did not want to leave it to the judges' hands.
Third round. I never felt that much.
And with a short left hook,
He was signed to another organization. Oh!
he sent Perez to the canvas, followed by heavy ground and pound shots. making that Tong Po hairstyle collect the dust from the canvas. A statement was made. Dricus du Plessis put the whole division on notice as he needed only a round to close the show in his UFC debut. In order to see if Stillnox is the real deal, the UFC matchmaker scheduled him against Trevin Giles next, a UFC veteran with notable victories over Brendan Allen, James Krause, and Roman Dolidze.
There he is again. So each of those.
Although both fighters started that bout cautiously.
Distances when he tries to force a big engagement, he kind of gets a bit reckless.
Oh!
Dricus utilized his wrestling in the closing minutes of the first.
Nice entry here. Trevin's got his arm wrapped around his neck. Oh, he's going for the lock.
Finishing the round in a dominant position.
Trevin did a good job of going back to his back.
But then, in the second, the American backed du Plessis against the cage, delivering shots to his guard overconfidently.
Goes up towards your head. Oh, there we go.
As he absorbed the punches, Dricus retaliated with a beautiful 1-2 combo.
Good shot.
That dropped Giles instantly, who the referee saved from leaving the arena on a stretcher.
If we went back
With this outstanding victory, not only did Stillnox put South Africa's name on the map, but he also earned his first performance of the night bonus. In his next bout, the rising contender was scheduled to face Brad Tavares, a UFC veteran with a solid record of 19-6 up to that point, who has fought in the organization ever since 2010. After losing the first round due to a mistake,
as explosive as du Plessis.
the South African gained momentum in the second with a vicious knee.
Oh, big shots by Tavares.
That was an overture to a repetitive hammering of Brad's head.
Watch your head to Brad.
It was apparent that du Plessis made some adjustments and switched to his striking to neutralize the opponent's game.
Heavy.
Sure enough, that round was a one-sided pounding,
Good left hook there by Tavares.
and Dricus was the one swinging the hammer.
Coming in. Oh! He connected.
The third round was not any different as du Plessis took over where he left off, tagging Brad with strikes.
There it is.
Loading up.
A lot of blood. Lot of blood.
The South African won that fight unanimously, and Tavares was marked as the first fighter who fought du Plessis and survived to hear the final bell. By the end of the year, Dricus was supposed to face arguably the most formidable challenger in his career up to that point, Darren Till, a former title challenger with superior striking credentials.
Versus Auto.
For some, Till had been training on his wrestling with his new buddy, Khamzat Chimaev, and everybody was eager to see this new 2.0 version of the Englishman. The moment the fight started, du Plessis wasted no time and immediately shot for a takedown.
Look at this takedown.
Testing how much Till had learned from his time with Chimaev. However, he executed a takedown without real resistance and battered his head for the whole first round.
Still wasting energy trying to give him the thumbs up.
Those lefts that he was landing before.
Although the second round was more competitive,
But he really tried to stop Darren Till in that. Oh my goodness.
and Till had his moment. Dricus' grappling superiority was apparent
Darren Till.
But Till stopped.
as he took the Englishman down at will, dealing accumulative damage throughout the round.
From du Plessis.
Finally, in the third, after executing a takedown
At him with that jab.
and securing a dominant position, Stillnox squeezed Till's face as if trying to take it home with him,
And a big right hand greets Till when he gets to
forcing the Englishman to surrender.
an attempt of du Plessis and
Besides earning a Fight of the Night bonus award by beating a name with star power like Darren Till, du Plessis slowly but surely started to launch his name to the top of the division and gain some deserved popularity. Du Plessis finally earned a shot at a highly ranked opponent as he was matched against Derek Brunson next, one of the best wrestlers in the division, with significant victories over fighters like Uriah Hall,
that is it!
Lyoto Machida,
He's following up.
and Kevin Holland.
Still not there yet. Right, he's going to land the right hand. And it's
In a dogfight where both fighters exchanged high-level wrestling reversal,
Look at this situation. Oh, they're both going.
it was evident from the first round that this fight would not reach the final bell.
Yes.
Even Adesanya on his ascent.
Considering the fast pace they implemented early on.
This, let's see up. But Derek's gonna get another one. Oh.
By the end of the second, after repeatedly tagging Brunson's face with shots,
Oh, but du Plessis does it as well.
the American was overwhelmingly tired and could barely stay on his feet. Dricus capitalized on the moment and landed a few clean shots that dropped the American down.
Oh, big right hand gets through for Duke.
Du Plessis followed him and started to bounce Brunson's head off the canvas like a pinball machine,
Big shot.
forcing his corner to throw the towel for the rescue, allowing their fighter to fight another day. On July 8, 2023, Still Knox was scheduled to face Robert Whittaker, the former champion and a top contender for years.
Knockout for Whittaker to the right. Oh, Whittaker pouring it on now.
Whittaker is the man. If it weren't for Israel Adesanya, he would have ruled this division for years, considering that he beat almost all top contenders that were climbing to the top. We are talking about an elite striker.
Makes the use of the distance.
Distance retreating, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, he goes.
And grappler,
In trouble here. Whittaker trying to get the ground and pound.
a BJJ and karate black belt who has been at the top of the UFC's food chain since 2015. Considering how good Whittaker is, everyone thought that he would simply run over Du Plessis easily and earn his next shot at the title. However, after executing a beautiful takedown in the first round,
Robert Whittaker, he recognizes and understands.
and hammering Robert's head with bombs,
Great job.
Oh, big elbow.
Dricus showed that he is a force not to be reckoned with that must not be underestimated. And then, in the second, when everyone thought that Robert would regain and pick the South African apart, Du Plessis landed a picture-perfect jab that stumbled the Australian, making him look like a drunk man trying to exit the door. Dricus knew he must capitalize on the moment, and he went after Robert as a man possessed, hitting him with everything he had, making him regret not taking a helmet to this fight. After delivering multiple unanswered shots, the referee was forced to wave the fight off. The challenge to the reigning champion had been launched. After beating the former middleweight belt holder and receiving worldwide congratulations from a former U.S. president,
Shake hands with Donald Trump.
the South African squared off in the octagon with Israel Adesanya.
You certainly did, sir, and that earns you a spot at the very top of the mountain. And the man you will face next is standing to your right, the great Israel Adesanya.
The UFC world wonders who will win in the clash between the two fighters. The black African, raised in New Zealand, or the white African, born and raised in South Africa.
The difference with Du Plessis is he was signed to another organization.
Good job.
Good shot.
Just kind of poking at him with that jab.
Dricus du Plessis is the new rising prospect in the UFC middleweight division, taking the organization by storm. His exciting fighting style and the ability to end the fights before the final bell earned him a reputation as an ultimate finisher who can potentially be the next UFC champion. And what do you guys think? Do you believe Dricus possesses what it takes to become the UFC champion? How do you think a fight between him and Adesanya would go? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you would like to watch more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.